So this is the second part of the video on people watching at Hangdao Street and Lo Su Street in the old quarter in Hanoi. To continue from the previous video, the first one, I was saying on the great adventure in the China tour, we boarded the boat on the Mekong River in Laos, and we went down the river. You know, we got off at some point in Laos. So eventually we went to Halong Bay, very beautiful part of Vietnam, where we slept in a boat overnight. So it's really nice. If you can go on one of those tours, like you get to meet, like if you travel in a group, I think we had maybe like probably 8 people or so. Some of them came on at different points. I think some came on in, I believe in maybe Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City, but nevertheless, I did the full tour, and it was like 30 days, so I spent a lot of time out there touring 4 countries: Thailand, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia. It was really wonderful. So I'm standing here at the corner, and you see what's going on. It's a Friday night, the 23rd of December, 2023. I guess this is as busy as it gets. But this time it probably might have been, I don't know, maybe after 8, after 9 o'clock. So it's nothing like Times Square in New York, where you're going to see lots and lots of people. Nothing like that. Very different. So everybody at this time is dressed up in a jacket, like a typical Vietnamese. You see that? All that stuff crammed in one bag, on one scooter. You see a lot more outrageous stuff too. Some of the goods they carry. So yeah, people dressed in a warm jacket or coat, because the temperature drops. Probably at this time it's probably like 40 something degrees Fahrenheit. You could calculate the Celsius. So it gets a bit cool. Very, very different than if you were to go south to Ho Chi Minh City. There are those mangoes and grapes, lovely fruits, right? This is an interesting corner. Once you leave this street here and see, you go over to the right, down the street right there where the lady's passing with a cart. The street has a different name. I found that out when I went the next day to do my laundry. Right across there, a lady took my laundry, got it back like the next day. She said it was ready late that evening. But I didn't go back because I had to go out and do some stuff. But nevertheless, the laundry is very affordable. That's one thing about that, you know. You don't have to carry a lot of clothes, and you don't have to like do your clothes in your laundry in the hotel. Hotels tend to charge you by piece. So that's very important to know, you know. I stayed in a hotel where every piece of garment, they charge you this and this and that. But the places outside the hotel, they charge by the weight. And of course they use the kilo. So many kilograms. Yeah. It was really cheap. Might have been like, I don't know, maybe 30,000, maybe a little over $1 for a kilogram. A kilogram is about 2.2 pounds. For those who still stuck in the imperial system, as we are in the United States, we use the imperial system with the weights. Unlike the rest of the world, they use the metric system. So yeah, it's affordable. Whereas some of the other hotels, wow, you have to pay per piece. Every piece of garment is a separate charge. That may not be sustainable if you go in on a budget. See, that man is trying to get me to go into the cyclo cab. But yeah, so there are ways you can travel and not make your travel experience expensive. You know, by taking into consideration like doing your laundry, spacing the time out when you can pick it up, usually the next day, and not having to pay a lot of money. And you don't have to carry a lot of clothes too, because if you can do laundry in the cheap, then why carry a heavy suitcase, you know? So that's one of the first things I look for when I go to a different area. I look to see the sign that says laundry, and usually you see it in English. Not going to be in Vietnamese, because they catering to tourists, not the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese people are not going to do their laundry in the tourist old quarter. They're going to do their laundry where they usually do it, at home. Or maybe there's a machine or something where they live that they can do it. So these are the tips you look for or try to remember when you travel. So that way you can travel light. You don't have to travel with a lot of clothes. You know? You travel light. You travel with what you think you really need, the essentials that you need. You have a few change of clothing. And you know that if you need to wash, also Castile soap in between. Sometimes you may be too busy to get to a laundry. You take a bottle of Castile soap. Before I left, I happened to come upon a supermarket, and they had Castile soap. It was like $5 for the bottle. And that saved me a lot of time and money too, because with the Castile soap you can wash like a few underwear or so forth, you know, because remember, if you're traveling through places like Bangkok, Thailand, where it's really hot, sweaty, you don't want to be wearing the same underwears. And you don't want to go